We are in the Aptera factory here in Carlsbad, California, and I'm with Chris McCammon of Aptera, and we're going to take a walk around here, but we're starting with, what do we got here?
Yeah, so this is the bare chassis, basically, before anything goes on it. So this station is where the chassis gets built out, and you get the motor subassembly comes down from the bottom. So that's kind of what holds the lower control arms, is the motor subassembly, and it comes in and bolts into place into the chassis. This is, the first step. You can see all these cast parts, these aluminum
It's all aluminum?
So this is all aluminum, and then this is cast aluminum. You can tell how much work went into lightweighting the frame and making it strong, but also not weigh too much.
Look at these control arms. They not only look nice and beefy, but they look like little wings.
There's a big challenge to make the suspension really great, but also aerodynamic, right? So you don't want a spring sticking out here. So with this suspension system, we're able to get the spring kind of mounted almost vertically inside the body instead of hanging outside like most suspension normally is.
Nice. So what goes in next?
Well, next, after the motor, gets the battery, and then it gets married from there. So the two lines intersect in one. So this is the kind of the chassis line.
Oh, okay.
And then we can go look at the body line before they get married.
Okay, so this looks like I'm opening up a model airplane box, but it's life size. What's all this here?
Yeah, these are all the individual parts for our body structure. Before they get bonded together, they get put into inventory on the shelf right here. So for example, this is the hood panel. What the solar mounts on later, this is the carbon hood piece. So if you want to hold it, I mean, they're very lightweight components.
Wow. That is pretty light. What is that, like maybe 5 pounds tops?
Something like that, yeah. Even the heaviest piece of the body, I think, is like 60 pounds.
Wow.
Which is crazy for body panels to be that lightweight. But yeah, this all comes from our supply chain. We get these parts, and then they're ready to go on the jig, where they get all bonded together and turn into something that looks like a vehicle at that point.
So I don't see a lot of molds around here. Where are these molded?
Yeah, these parts that we have here are molded in Italy by CPC Group. So they have a 6,000-ton press that they use to mold these components for us, these parts. And then they ship them kind of Lego-like in a stack to the US.
Because I remember at one point the idea was to have a one single piece body from Italy, but now it's pieces.
So right, the goal was to have them do the bonding in Italy at one point, and ship it over as a single piece for the line. Now we're doing it here in the US, so makes it a little bit easier to ship these components for sure, and also creates more jobs in the US. So
all right, well, let's see how these get put together.
Yeah.
So Chris, now that all these parts are together, this is called the bink?
Right, it's body and carbon. So usually in a traditional automotive, you call it body and white, but there's a lot of carbon in our vehicles. So
got it.
Body and carbon, yeah.
Okay. So what does this station do then?
Yeah, this is the station where we bond together all these different components. So there's about 6 key structural parts in this body, and then a lot of little parts to make it all fixed together, some bracketing, things like that. But basically we start from these individual parts of fiberglass and carbon, bond them together, and we get a fully completed body structure in the station with bracketing and everything. Yeah, you can see here, all the black components are forged carbon fiber, all the white components are fiberglass.
Cool.
Yeah, different composites.
Okay, so this clamps and holds this together while it's being bonded?
Exactly, yeah. So you can see here, for example, you got all the bonding agent, and now this is perfectly locked in to cure, and it'll be perfect every time. So it's a really nice, repeatable process. So for low volume assembly of the body structure, this is the best way to do it.
So this piece goes from there, how far forward?
Right, this is a single piece up until kind of that front area there. So this is a single piece of fiberglass here.
So even though this is a rather large piece, it's still nowhere near as much as one solid pod, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different pieces that are bonded together. All the side panels are fiberglass here. So fiberglass is very easy to repair. It's also very strong.
Like a boat, because I remember my dad patching together a hole in our dinghy. He was literally a patch of fiberglass.
Yeah.
And you do the epoxy or whatever, and then sand it down and redo it. Let's say, because this is about the size of like a Suburban bumper. Let's say someone's trying to park their Suburban and then they dent. If it does dent, so if you do damage your Aptera in this panel, it's the whole body's not totaled.
Right, it's just this piece, and you can likely repair most of the most of the fiberglass pieces, which is great. If you got in a massive collision, you'd probably destroy some of the carbon pieces, but you just saved your life and it would have been totaled anyway. So that's kind of the
but for like the smaller things that, like, oh no, I got a fender bender, my whole car is totaled. A lot of people are worried about that. So.
No, exactly, yeah. And, for example, the wheel pants are easy to be replaced. They're very cheap. There's also bumpers on the rear fin of the vehicle. So if you did accidentally back into something, you're not going to screw up your whole vehicle.
Well, if anything makes these things look like ships, it's this station, because this literally looks like it's out of a shipyard.
Right.
But what's happening with this station, Chris?
Yeah, this is kind of the marriage station, we call it. This is when we kind of put that same bonding agent that we use for the body structure onto the chassis itself. So this hoists up the body structure, down in goes the chassis with the battery and everything else, and then they get kind of bonded for life. This station's cool because you can see kind of the main wire harness is already installed and ready to go. There's a couple connections that get connected when they get married, and then they're kind of one. But at this point, basically the full wire harness is ready to go for the vehicle, minus like the high voltage harness for the motor that's already installed at that point on the chassis.
So this is mostly the wiring for like the lights and the non-high voltage stuff?
Right, all the low voltage stuff, yeah. So these are like the connectors for the low voltage power distribution unit, the AGM, which is like the brain of the vehicle. And then it all just kind of goes out back into our different point of use controllers.
Cool. Yeah. All right, well, mazel. So we're here with Atlas 2 or number 2?
Atlas 2, you got it.
Okay, so Atlas 2, which is the second of the validation vehicles.
Yes.
But this one has some color to it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, this one has been wrapped before we put the glazing, as we call it, which is these side windows and the main windshield glass. Throughout our validation process, we're finding it helps to wrap some of these panels a little bit earlier, so we can get the wrap kind of underneath the windshield and things like that, so it lasts for a very long time. What do you think about this wrap color and kind of the finish we're starting to get on these?
Well, it's kind of cool because you actually, because the contour of the body is what it is, the reflection actually shows you how even that curve is, but you don't really see any bumps or anything. You see the actual shape of the vehicle.
Yeah, it's very cool. I like that, especially when this is outside, it's gonna look nuts, dude. So some other things that we're learning throughout the process, right, is some of these panels are white, so we come in with a little bit of black around the seams so that we're able to get the wrap nicely in there and not see just some white seams when it's all put together.
So all the black we're seeing here is not a wrap?
This is a wrap, but if you see some of the black on the inside that's more matte looking, that actually is just a quick kind of primer coat of black that hides some of the white seams that would have otherwise been visible. This is all wrap. Everything that's glossy is wrap, but you can see over here some of this matte black, which helps us kind of mask some of the areas. Once the wrap goes on, it's perfect and it's easy to remove and replace.
And as of right now, every Aptera car is going to come with a color of some color, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, we have Noir, Luna, and Soul, so black, white, and silver. This would be the kind of metallic silver that we're going with. Some of the Atlas vehicles are going to be different colors as well. So the first two are going to be silver. Next one might be white or black. You'll have to wait and see. And then the next one will be the opposite color. So it'll be cool to start to see kind of a multitude of colors for the vehicle.
Well, my favorite surface on the car is not the wrap, it's actually the solar.
Yes, I agree.
So where are we at now, Chris?
Yeah, we're at station 11 with vehicle 1. So this is Atlas 1, and it's a 13 station line, so we're about done with this vehicle, actually.
All right, real quick, let's fast forward about a couple weeks from when the factory tour video is being filmed. We're out here at San Diego Cars and Coffee, where the first Atlas is off the line being displayed here at San Diego Cars and Coffee. Check that out. So it is built and it is on the road and it is driving around. Back to the tour. It looks about done.
It is, yeah. So you can see this is when it gets the the cowl. It's already been glazed, so we have the windshield glass, the solar roof, and the solar rear hatch are already all ready to go. This is kind of when we start to get some of the interior bits like the carpets and the tie-down points and things like that into the vehicle before the next station, where we really just finish it up with lighting, some little bits and bobs on the interior, and then we throw the seat in at the very end and it's ready to go. So
this is probably like the last major step before.
Yeah, it gets very quick. It's like doo-doo. At this point, we've checked the vehicle out electronically. We spun the motor and make sure everything works. Even blasted some tunes in the sky.
It's got a VIN.
It's got
a VIN.
Yeah, it's ready to go.
Nice.
So yeah, it's really exciting at this point, but a lot of these parts are first articles, so we're testing fit and finish on a lot of these parts and giving feedback to suppliers and things. So that's why these stations take a little longer than they will later once we optimize all these kinks and get going.
Well, I gotta say, just seeing the windshield in here, like there's so many here that don't have any glass in them yet.
Yeah.
But once you see the windshield as part of the shape, it really starts to look like a plane.
I know, yeah. It's, in the future going forward, we're gonna be wrapping the vehicles a little earlier in the line as some of the advice we had from our wrap technicians.
Oh, because this doesn't have the gloss here yet.
Correct.
Okay.
So we've learned it helps to do it a little bit earlier, so we're gonna potentially move the wrap on some components to different parts of the line, whatever makes the most sense to be as efficient as possible. You can see down here, those are the two radiators and the fans for the cooling system.
Okay.
So because again packaging, we had to split the radiator needs into two separate ones. So there's one on the left and one on the right. But they kind of share the responsibility of cooling the vehicle or heating it.
That's cool. So there's a lot going on here. Obviously there's no frunk, but
right, everything else.
I mean, even if you didn't have all the stuff here, there wouldn't be much for a frunk anyway. But what's going on here?
Totally, yeah. This is basically every component in the vehicle. This is the charger, the onboard charger, the OBC. Packaged on top of that, then you have the AGM, which is kind of the main brain of the vehicle. Our teeny tiny 12-volt battery, which I love.
Nice. Lithium phosphate.
Exactly. And then this is our low voltage power distribution unit. So the fuses are in here. If you ever had any issue, you can just pop open and check on the fuses. I think over there is actually the horn packaged right here.
Oh yeah.
Beep, beep.
Little actual horn there.
Yeah, but yeah, this is basically everything. People always ask about a front, but really it's such a uniquely shaped vehicle, you have to jam everything in the front.
So with all the EVs, we know that there's intense maintenance. So how do I do my washer fluid?
It's actually in the door over here.
Oh, okay. I thought it was right there.
This is if you ever needed a coolant fill, like the battery cooling loop or the drivetrain cooling loop, but really you should never need to come in here, except for maybe the tiny cabin air filter.
Oh, right. Well, even that's pretty accessible. For the onboard charger, what's how many kilowatts do we have for onboard charging?
Yeah, so this is the level 2 one, so it can do 6.6 kilowatts.
Okay, 6.6.
For that, and then we can DC fast charge as well, and we're working on the software for that right now. So no exact numbers to give on that, but I'm excited to see how far we can push that.
Well, so the interesting about the 6 kilowatts, which somebody might be like, oh, that's low. I see 11.5, 19.2 max, all that sort of stuff. But when you have a pack that's only 44 kilowatt hours, and you get the miles per kilowatt that you get, 6 actually becomes more like 12 on a regular EV.
That's so true.
Right? So I just want to mention that relatively 6 is actually more powerful than you think.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, well, there you have it. Lots of exciting things happening here at Aptera. Stay tuned, because very soon you're going to see more of them on the road. I just got to take one on the road. Very exciting, very fun to drive. Thanks again for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
And I can't wait to see more on the road.
Me neither.
All right.
See you later.
See you next time.
Bye.